Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you what a typical morning looks like for me during the week when we homeschool. Of course, no two mornings look exactly alike, but this is generally how most of my mornings look. So I aim to get up by around 7, but again, this will depend on my sleep and how I'm feeling that morning because I do deal with quite a bit of chronic back pain. This was filmed on a Monday and I was feeling a little bit sore that day, and so I ended up getting up just a little bit after 7. Because I have a limited amount of time to get certain things accomplished before my kids start waking up, I usually save making my bed until a little bit later in the morning. Right now I'm just grabbing some clothes for the day, and on this day we didn't have any classes or anything that I was planning on doing outside the house, so it's all about just grabbing some comfy warm clothes because it is still very cold around here where we live. So I head to the bathroom and I get myself changed and just do a very quick brushing my hair, moisturizing my face, some mouthwash, and then I head downstairs. At this point, it's a little bit after 7:30 and all my kids are still asleep. I don't really have any super early risers in my house, which I guess is good. So I'm the only one up. My husband's already left for work, and right now I'm just making myself an electrolyte drink. This is something that I have been doing now for probably about the last 6 months or so. If you had told me that I would ever get to a point where I would wake up and not have a cup of coffee first thing, I probably would have laughed. But I'm trying to soothe my tummy issues, and it's really been helping a lot not having coffee on an empty stomach. So after that, I start getting outfitted for my morning walk. I really have noticed a lot of benefits from going on a walk first thing in the morning. There's just something about that morning sunrise and the fresh air. It really just gets my day going. It gives me a boost of energy, and in general, it just lightens my mood. And as you saw, I usually will just put on an audiobook. I'm listening to The Diamond Eye right now on Libby, and it's a great way to pass the time. So after I get back from my walk, I start to pull resources and books that we'll be using that morning for our morning group time around the kitchen table. Sometimes I have this done the night before, but this was not one of those days. So I'm just in the homeschool room. I have this cart where I keep most of our morning time things, and I just pull a variety of different resources that we'll be using on any given morning. Some things we keep the same, like our devotional and our poetry, read alouds, but aside from that, I try to just vary up what we're going to do that day. And yeah, so I just set up the table and I'm just waiting for everybody to come down and join me. At this point in the morning, I will sit down on the couch and have some of my quiet, devotional Bible reading time. I have a couple of devotionals that I am going through that I actually have already gone through once, but they're year-long devotionals. One is from Sally Clarkson and another one is by John MacArthur. So I will read that day's passage in both of those, and then I will usually just open up my Bible and read from wherever I'm currently at. As of now, I have been going through the book of Acts, so I was spending some time, usually about a half an hour or so, I will spend doing that. And pretty much at any point from here on out, my kids may or may not start waking up. Now, on this particular morning, I had to place a couple of grocery orders. I was planning to place one from Walmart and another one from Costco, and they were pretty urgent because we were officially out of toilet paper, which in a family of 8 is a very, very dire situation. So I was on Instacart and just planning the times that those would get delivered. Shortly after that, I started getting some kids who were straggling downstairs. I always have my littlest one. She is a big snuggler, so she usually spends the first 5 to 10 minutes snuggling mom on the couch, and then I got them all set up with their breakfast at the breakfast bar, and while they were doing that, that was my chance to go and throw in a load of laundry for the morning. I find that just throwing in one load a day helps to keep it from piling up too much. This is most definitely my favoriteest part of the morning because we are finally arriving at coffee time. So I usually am making my breakfast right about now because kids are still finishing off their breakfasts and getting changed. The dog is up and getting walked. So there's this little pocket of time when I am making breakfast for myself, and this is one of two main breakfasts that I will make. I'm either having oatmeal, which is what I chose today, with some turkey bacon, or I'm having a variation of eggs. And I'm totally a creature of habit, so I make my oatmeal the exact same way every time. I stir in some peanut butter, some blueberries, almond slivers, coconut flakes, and hemp hearts. And then I pair that, of course, with my extra big mug of coffee and some milk foam for the top. This is honestly my favorite. And then I noticed that our black lab, Jakey, had climbed up on the couch to snuggle the littlest one, and so of course I had to film it. It's a little after 9 o'clock at this point, and I start our morning time by playing the national anthem, and everybody knows at that point to come and join me at the kitchen table, and we start doing all the things that we have laid out for our morning time together. We usually start with our devotional, and then we move on to poetry. We might do some quiz cards. We read our read aloud, usually do something that has to do with animals of some sort. Because it was a Monday, we do start our week off with a memory verse that we'll be learning that week, and so we have these memory verse cards that everybody has some time to color in. So usually while I'm reading, they are finishing those up. So if we finish our morning time fairly early, then the kids will usually head into the schoolroom and start on some of their independent work. On this particular morning though, because we were spending a little more time doing our memory verse cards, it was pretty much break time. So the kids are currently on their break, and this is when I'll head upstairs, and as you saw, I was switching out the load of laundry that I'd put in earlier, and then I head to my bedroom and I'll use this time to make my bed and just do a general little tidy of my room. I will usually try to get a hold of my husband too. We'll text or chat for a little bit, and then that takes us into the afternoon. So there's just a little glimpse of what my morning looks like. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to thumbs up, and I will see you next time.